Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well. I hope this video finds you well. So for the next few weeks, I'm gonna do something called a wedding series, I guess. If you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, or you're my friend on Facebook, you know that me and my husband recently had our wedding. So for the wedding, I had to do quite a bit of hair, and I recorded some of the hair that I did to share with you guys, the hair that was locks anyway, to share with you guys. And this here will be part 1 of 4 videos. This is my sister-in-law. Isn't she lovely? I'm doing her hair. This is the night of the wedding, and she hasn't had her hair done in a very long time. Although I am the bride and I shouldn't be doing anything, I wanted her to look nice for the wedding because she was going to be standing right next to her brother. So I went ahead and did her hair. And as you can see here, she had a few repairs to be done. This right here was a lock that had a lot of hair sticking out of the lock or not incorporated into the lock. So what I'm doing right here is I'm using the crochet needle to just pull that hair back into the lock. And here, this was a loose patch of hair that I just went ahead and turned into an instant baby lock with the crochet needle, because it was once attached to a lock, but that lock fell off for a reason or another. So I decided to give her a new baby. Here is another lock that needed some repair. This lock here had a lot of hair that was not in the lock, and this is due to tapering the back, tapering the sides. As you can see, her sides look really thin as if her edges fell off or something, but it's really because of tapering and lining up, and a lot of barbers fail to understand the hair grid and where hair is, and that the hair they're cutting off or chopping off is actually supposed to be inside of a lock. So that's why that occurred back there. Alright, and once I've completed those repairs, I just move on to actually just retwisting using my normal method of retwisting. And for you guys that's been following me for a while, I know you're tired of hearing this, but I just say this for the new people that will ask me, what am I retwisting with? I do not use gel to retwist. I'm using oils and hair lotion, and I'm not even using it for every lock. I just use it to moisturize the hair, and I only retwist damp hair. So once the hair is nice, moisturized, and still a little damp, I just go ahead and retwist, and that's it. There's nothing special to it. If the hair gets a little dry, I have a little spray bottle full of water, only water, that I replenish it with, and I continue retwisting. So that's what I'm doing here, just retwisting as normal. And as you can see, she has a lot of new growth. However, new growth is different from hair growing out of the lock. So I didn't need to use a crochet needle here to do anything. All I needed to do was retwist, and all those stray hairs I would just take and wrap around the lock just to make sure they are in place and control some of her frizz. Okay, I'm at the front of her hair, and once again, I will reiterate on the dangers of having your sides tapered, lined up, etc., etc. If you could avoid doing that, that would be the best way to make sure all of your locks all around your head are healthy and uniformed. However, if you must get tapered, if you must get a lineup, then it's best that you do it after your hair is done, after you've gotten a retwist and all the hair that needs to be in that lock is in that lock. Then go ahead and get your taper. That way it's easier for the barber to know what they cannot chop off or chop down or whatever. That's the best way. For example, my husband never gets tapered, and if he does get a lineup, he makes sure he watches that barber extremely close to make sure they do not go in his hair. I've seen that situation quite a bit with my clients where locks are just hanging by a thread because the barber chopped off most of the base of that lock. You really don't want that. But this is her hair after drying with a blow dryer. Air drying for about an hour and then drying with a blow dryer. I usually let hair just air dry. However, we're going right into styling. So I needed her hair to be dry so there would be no molding or mildewing of anything. She has a lot of luscious locks. Alright, so here I'm going to start styling. And if you've watched any of my styling videos, you know once I start styling, I really don't have a blueprint that I go by. I don't know what I'm about to do. I just do it and end up with what I end up with. I let my creative juices flow and just style. But there is somewhat of a method that I use when I style, and it's just understanding what the person wants, understanding how I'm going to achieve that. For example, my sister-in-law here, she wanted a pulled back style updo type bun, but she also wanted her length to show in the back as well as her color. So as I'm doing her hair, I'm like, okay, she wants something going back. The most basic way to have something go back is with a basket weave. And it may not look like that much of a basket weave because it's only 2 rows of locks, but that's pretty much what it is. What I'm doing is very basic, very easy. Just basket weaving 2 rows of locks, putting 1 lock over the other, then alternating, then 1 lock over the other, then alternating. That's all I'm doing here. And once I get to the end of that little mini basket weave of those 2 rows, I just was like, you know what, let me just continue into a barrel. So what I'm gonna do is that last lock there, I'm just gonna continue rolling it. Just continue wrapping it around that section of locks to create my barrel. And I'm just gonna, when I get to the end of that, I'm just gonna take the longest lock in the section that's left over and continue wrapping. This is not really an in-depth video on lock barrels. So if you guys want an in-depth video on that, let me know. I'll try to record one. And once I'm done, I'm at the end of the barrel, I just use a hair clip and just hold it there together because I like to see everything before I kind of go ahead and put rubber bands in and all of that. So I'm moving to the next section and I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm taking the first 2 locks that are at the front of that section, the front of those 2 rows. And I'm making sort of like a start to a 2-strand twist. And then I'm just going to alternate the locks like I did before. Here's a closer look at what I'm doing. As I told you guys, it's very simple. And if you're wondering why I twirl the lock before I incorporate it into the style, that actually helps the style be a little bit more crisp, and it helps the style stay in longer. And when the style comes down, it makes sure that the tightening or the retwisting of the roots is still somewhat fresh. The roots are not that loose. Alright, now here's another view, and this side didn't need that much repair, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the styling part. And once again, just a simple 2-row basket weaving. And once I get to that last lock, I'm just going to keep wrapping the lock around to create my barrel. Also, I know you guys like to look at my background. Zion just unplugged my lamp there because I know a lot of you guys say that you really can't see because the lighting is so bad where we live. It really is very, very bad. We're moving soon, so stay tuned for better lighting. But my background is just a lot of DIY wedding stuff, so please excuse my background. It's not just junk sitting around. It's DIY wedding decor that I did myself, and of course I did it at home. So for those of you who watch my vlog channel, I'm still trying to catch up on life events. Stay tuned, bear with me. But we did recently have our wedding, and I have a lot of videos on that coming up for the vlog channel. Of course, there will be a video about the wedding or the day of the wedding, and also there will be videos on how I did my DIY decor for the wedding. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that. If you are not subscribed to my vlog channel, you didn't know I had a vlog channel, yes I do. It's somewhere linked in here. If not, I'll put it, and you can go ahead and subscribe to that channel also. And definitely let me know if you guys like videos like these. I don't really like staging videos. I like to just do them as life happens, if that makes sense. So let me know if you guys like that. I can stage videos, but I would rather do them as life happens. So to finish up this style, I'm just overlapping the barrels on themselves, kind of like once again a basket weave. Y'all know that's my favorite thing to do because it's so basic and simple, but it looks so good. Here I forgot to put a rubber band on that one, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that there. But the key here to keep everything secure, because her hair is so long, I really didn't need any pins or anything, but it could easily fall out if you don't secure it correctly. Of course, overlapping them will secure it. However, when you get to the base of her head, what I'm doing there is I'm using the last two barrels, the thinnest ones, to keep the whole structure together. So what I'm doing is I'm wrapping them around each other under that section of locks there, and I'm gonna just secure that with a rubber band. That way she doesn't need any pins in her hair. She can sleep easy tonight. This is the night before the wedding. I'm trying to make sure everybody's comfortable. This is the final look for her hair. The next day, she slept on it and all of that, laid her edges while she was sleeping. So the next day, it looked flawless. Like there was no frizz, no nothing. It looked absolutely flawless. I'm gonna include some pictures from the wedding so you guys can see. And there she is with my baby boys the day of the wedding. As you guys can see, Zion's hair was done also. His hairstyle is one of the videos that I'll be uploading. Stay tuned for that. Here she is with my youngest baby. And her hair was flawless the whole time. Nothing came loose, nothing. Everything was secure the whole time. So stay tuned for the next videos. Bye guys!